Hi good people, and a warm welcome back to my channel, The Way I See It. And today I'm going to be reacting to some of the things that have been making headlines in the week. I'm sure you all saw what was happening with Eric Omondi. Hey, that guy has slept in prison this past week, and this was because he's decided to become the new Boniface Mwangi, the new activist in town. And he's going out there all out, to as an activist, to advocate for various things. We've seen him very loud advocating for the artists in the country, for playing of 70% local content. And most recently, we saw him actually now advocating for lowering of the food prices. And how did he do this? He went outside Parliament and with a group of demonstrators. It was a peaceful demonstration because I never saw them throwing stones and everything. So let's talk about these guys real quick. So is having a demonstration like that not allowed in the Constitution? It is allowed. In fact, you're allowed to demonstrate, even if it's outside Parliament, as long as it's a peaceful demonstration. And in case you don't know, according to the Kenyan Constitution, that freedom is given to each and every citizen of Kenya, that you have a right, to air your grievances and to express yourself and to even go for a demonstration as long as you follow the regulations that are there. Now, what are the regulations? Before you plan a demonstration, you need to go to the Kenya Police Service and you need to inform them that you want to do a demonstration. But of course, many leaders have abused the police force. So you find that when you go to exercise your constitutionally given right, you go to this police station, you ask for a permit, they refuse. So what happens is, if they refuse you that permit, is that they are denying you your constitutional right to, because the police are actually supposed to escort you during a demonstration. So the reason why Eric Omondi, in my own opinion, was arrested is because, of course, again, the way you do the demonstration can show what you want to do. So Eric Omondi went with a group of men, they removed their shirts, and they started shouting outside Parliament. But also they started blocking some traffic, which was going inside the Parliament. And that's where the police got some chance to come in. Do I think what Eric Omondi is doing is bad? No. It's true. What Eric Omondi is advocating for is true. Look at the cost of petroleum. When President William Ruto was actually campaigning, he told us outright that he's coming in and the first thing he's going to do is going to make life better for the hustler. To me, a hustler is someone who even sometimes make less than $1 a day, who has to travel from one place to another. Now they have to pay increased bus fares because the cost of fuel has gone up. These people cannot even afford the cost of electricity tokens. They cannot afford a meal on their table. Nowadays, if you have 100 shillings, you cannot even afford to have a meal on your table. The tokens are going up. The power outages are becoming extremely annoying. In my house, for example, we've been losing power 2 times in a week until I even wrote a tweet to Kenya Power to ask them, how comes we're losing power 2 days a week? And our place where we live, it's not even scheduled for the normal maintenance. Then you're told there's a pole which is rotten, and we're paying a lot of money to Kenya Power. And you find that when a government is in power claiming to help the hustlers, but the price of goods are going up, they're not communicating what their plan is to lower the food prices. And therefore, we are suffering as Kenyans, and we need to speak out. But the problem is when people elect a government and then they don't follow up. We need to all follow up on the campaign promises that we were given. We were promised we'll be given loans to be able to run our businesses. Where are those loans? What loans have we been given? Or is that Hustler Fund, which is giving you 500 to 700 Kenyan shillings? Is that what you're calling a loan for small and medium enterprises to increase their business? Okay. Then we're promised so many things like the cost of food coming down. So has that cost come down or gone up? When you increase the cost of fuel, you increase the cost of electricity, you increase the cost of everything. And remember, right now we're also going through a very tough time as a country. Of course, we've been praying for rains. We've missed the rain dates. We were supposed to be having rain for this month of February. But look, we are at the end. Tomorrow is just one more day. And we are in March. And when we get to March, how comes we are getting into March with no rains? So that is not something that the government can provide for us. So we have drought. People are dying in some areas of the country, and still the food prices are unbearable. The economy is becoming tough, and I'll tell you as a frequent traveler that it's even very hard for someone to travel out here right now. The cost of the dollar, the shilling against the dollar has gone up. I remember when I was going to Italy last year, the cost of the dollar to Kenya shillings was 120. Now it's 130. The cost of the euro has also gone up. So, because that time I was buying a euro at 131. Right now, I know the cost of a euro is around 150. If I want to buy 1 euro. And if I want to buy 1 pound, it's almost 200. That is, our money continues to lose value and continues to lose value. And then people are telling us, now let's wait. How long should we wait so that we can start seeing some changes? I understand what President Ruto has been trying to do in introducing all these subsidies, in removing all these subsidies, because, for example, when President Uhuru Kenyatta put a subsidy on fuel, so according to President Ruto, he saw that to be like, why are you paying for people some amount of money while fuel is not a basic need? You'd rather give a subsidy when it comes to things like education, food, shelter, and clothing. Of course, even when you're doing a budget, there's those basic needs. I don't know what he's trying to do, and I don't know how he's trying to think that he's fixing the country, but it's terrible to try and think that this is the way that a country needs to be fixed, by hiking the food prices up beyond recognition. And you know, when those prices go up, you don't want people to what is it called, to demonstrate. People like Eric Omondi cannot go to the street and demonstrate. And when they cannot go on the street and demonstrate, when they go to the street and demonstrate, you arrest them. These are the youth. They are coming to fight for their own rights because they are not seeing. They deserve an audience. Our parliament, the kind of bills that are being presented there are not bills that the citizens care about. Right now, the number one concern of each and every Kenyan is the high cost of food. So is Eric Omondi right in what he's doing? Yes, he is. But what are the other Kenyans doing? What am I doing? What are you doing? Why are we not really complaining about this very high cost of living? When will it change? That's the big question we need to ask ourselves. Anyway, Eric Omondi was freed, of course, from the courts. He was taken to court. He was charged, and he paid a cash bill, and he was released. But apart from that, after that, he went to meet President Ruto. I think we are living in a very dangerous time, because when you just come up as an opposition, you go and meet the president, you get your envelope, then you go and shut down, then your case is dismissed, and then the message has not gotten home. I was asking myself, why do we need Eric Omondi to do this for us? Why can't we have Transparency International and other big Kenya human rights? Because people are going to start dying because of hunger. These are organizations that are well funded with a great infrastructure. They should organize demonstrations. They should even use litigation, take the government to court and let the government be sued for not reducing this cost. Make some improvement on people's life. So with that said, I just wanted to react real quick to what Eric Omondi has been doing, which I think is a fantastic job. He fits very well for an opposition leader, an upcoming opposition leader, and a great civil rights activist in our country. And we should encourage him. He's been fighting for those who we normally like to call the hustlers. My opinion, Rachel Wainaina. If you like my content, thank you for joining this channel. And please do subscribe on the subscribe button there below. There's a notification bell there. You can click on it so that you can be notified anytime that I post a video. And if you like what I'm talking about, you can engage with me in the comment section. Give me your positive and negative comments so that I can keep growing and keep learning what you want best. Is there something you want me to talk about? Please also let me know in the comment section below. Ciao, until next time.